Yo, all the fun. Yo, hello. This is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. I'm RebelDragon, that's Murtag.
Yep, I'm Murtag. I've never ran this game, but I'm kind of a general Kingdom Hearts fan and fan of Kingdom Hearts speedruns.
Yep, so we're going to do some NG+, which is carrying over our Dream Eaters. So you ready on timer? So 3, 2, 1, go. Hey. You don't need to, how far? Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm just going to skip some cutscenes here, and then we go straight into like the tutorial fight with Ursula. So I'm just kind of gonna whack her. She's only got one move that can lose you a major amount of time. It's the move where she throws you, or this when she decides to move backwards. But you know, it's fine. Cool. I'm basically waiting for my commands to recharge, and then I can kind of just spam them on her. Because these do more damage than my regular attacks do. I'm just trying not to use the potions because I need to sell them in a later menu. Cool, it's going pretty well thus far. Cool, that was fun.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, she didn't do the move where she grabbed you and Riku has to hit her. Because Riku can take as long as he wants to decide to run up and smack her.
Yeah, that fight is pretty much RNG.
Yeah. Alright, so whenever you're skipping cutscenes, you've got to be wary of the the optional content that comes up. It's like data entries and like extra cutscenes and things. They give more context to the story. There's only 2 of them that we're going to enter, but we'll do that in a minute. So this is a dive. This is the gummy missions of this game. So, and in order to go fast in these, you need to actually A rank them. But also A ranking is required because it gets us a Keyblade right at the end. Oh, that was lovely, thank you. So I'm going to try and collect as much points as possible and get good times on like all of these. And if I fail one of them, oh well, I lose a minute with Sora. It's the classic.
Yeah, so to get A ranks, we need to get like a bunch of points and also go fast, generally.
Yeah. The worst part about like most of these is that it gives you no indication of what an A rank score or time is. You just kind of have to know it. I'll be honest, I never really have these memorized. I know which routes I have to take to get A ranks and stuff, but like, well, that was fine. That one you can randomly B rank if you miss like 1 or 2 things. Oh, cool, so we're going to get into some movement now. So this is flow motion. This is the main mechanic of this game. You can bounce off walls and bounce between walls and fly. And it's hella fun, so, you know. We do that a lot in this run.
Yeah, flow motion I think is one of the main things that makes this run really unique and cool.
Yep. Alright, so this is a tutorial that I'm actually going to enter. So, you know, you're going to skip some tutorial boxes here.
Good luck with this fight.
I know, good luck with it. Yeah, I don't do it.
Oh, sick fight, man.
Sick fight, sick fight. Yeah. You can just leave and the game goes, yeah, sure, you beat the fight. Alright, so next I get to make some Dream Eaters, so you know we get to play Neopets for like a minute here.
Yeah, man, this is the best part of the run.
Yeah, dude. We get Neopets for like 15 minutes and then we never enter these menus ever again. Cool. Right, so something with like Dream Eaters and stuff. If you were playing on the new game without carrying over your Dream Eaters, you want blue eyes on this Meow Wow. That's because depending on what disposition the Dream Eaters are in, they have different abilities that they can grant you. So Smart Cookie with Meow don't have that, so you can't grab it when you go through the ability tree. You can change the dispositions of the Dream Eaters, but you have to know where to poke them and whether to poke them, stroke them, or pet them in very, very specific locations to change their dispositions. Which is fun to find out. That's why I run NG+, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's like there's tech to the petting in this game.
Yeah, dude. It's completely random when they decide to change as well. So you could be petting in the right location for like half an hour, and then like they don't change.
It's rough.
Yeah, I know, right? Right, so now the game forces us to Riku, so we get to do a dive as Riku. And then we get to play literally 2 seconds as Riku, and then we get switched back to Sora for a bit. So again, I'm going to try and A-rank this dive. There's enemies up here. So you can actually do combos in the dives, and these are actually the fastest way to like move on because you actually dash at enemies. There is a slightly kind of glitch dash that you can get where like you'll fly miles, but I think it's I'd never really worked out how to do it consistently, but I think it's got something to do with like missing what you're targeting and then just flying past them. Oh, nice. So whenever I'm not doing that, I'm just mashing X to get through these fast.
Yeah, you can see we have 4 commands at the bottom left, but he's pretty much just spamming diving strike because, as you can see, it launches us forward and that is fast. And time not only is obviously going fast good, but it also gives us a better chance of getting an A rank. Yep.
And also, if any enemies appear or anything that I can lock onto, which is actually good to lock onto, I'll fly towards it, which saves even more time. Right, cool. Here's our 2 seconds as Riku. There we go.
Nice, man.
You go through that door and then the game makes you... Now I've got to make another Dream Eater for Riku. Because now it teaches you about linking with spirits, which is Riku's specific thing. Yeah, so you can link with the Dream Eaters. Sora gets moves from it and Riku gets like command styles from linking with them. We never use the ones with Riku because they're legitimately pointless. They're all based on your strength stat and we don't use our strength stat in this speedrun. So now skip. Now going to go into another tutorial here. Yep, this. And I'll just quit that one as well.
Yeah, nice fight again.
Yeah, nice fight. Each quit saves about 5 or so. It's actually quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and if you don't go into the tutorial, you actually do have to fight that fight.
You actually do have to do the fight. All it does is give you a little bit of EXP that you can build up like later on, so it doesn't even like matter. Right, so you have to hit this thing with a like finisher. The fastest thing to do it with is the ground pound from flow motion. So in this segment here, I'm going to be picking up some items to sell because I need to buy a bunch of items to use on my Dream Eaters. Right, and whenever I'm trying to fall in this game, in most locations, I'm going to try and fall in slow motion because your fall speed in slow motion is faster than your regular falling speed. So cool, we're going to go into the exclusive DDD area, the post office.
Yeah, this area is pretty cool because it's specifically designed for flow motion, as you'll see. It's huge and very cool.
Cool. It's got rails and things. Alright, so I'm going to avoid going down the bottom because there's an unskippable cutscene that plays in this room if you fall down too far and shows you all the rails and kind of hints at you that you're meant to use flow motion and stuff to get around. So I'm going to pick up this one here. Alright, so the little purple spiky things that are floating around are portals. Some of them are fights and some of them are friend portals, which give you different Dream Eater loadouts. We don't use any of them in this run. We used to do battle portals ages ago because we thought, EXP, but then we just worked out like better routes to get them without relying on the RNG of battle portals because you never get the same ones in a run. There's only a couple of them that are actually really good. There's one in Country of the Musketeers that spawns twice even though you use it. Cool. So there's a strike rate up here that I need to grab. Yeah. Right, in the next room there's a balloon I'm grabbing. Just another thing I need to sell. Oh, thanks there, Sora. Yeah. This while listening to the great Traverse Town remix in this game.
Yeah, Traverse Town, one of the best pieces of soundtrack in Kingdom Hearts. So good.
This one's probably the best one in my opinion. And there's a loading trigger there that plays a cutscene.
Hey man, you gonna go do some Pokemon battles?
No, I'm not playing Flick Rush. Flick Rush is so dumb. So I'm gonna sell everything that I have because I don't need any of it. This is all trash. Get all the money in the world. So all doing the fights at the start would do is actually give you slightly more things to sell here, but we don't need any more money than this. The item route we have is based off of getting is based off of like not bothering with doing the fights. So that tells me I got the secret film because I'm playing on like a completed save. This is water barrels. Yeah, you're meant to play a pinball game, but we're just going to quit out of it. We don't need to play it. That's kind of bad on the one there, but it's fine. So I'm doing this to get points for the Dream Eaters. On the 3DS version of this game, you had to sit through the whole mini game getting points for this. And yeah, it's just really, really slow. So the PS4 version of this game, you can quit out, and then it still gives you the points, which is really nice. A little bit of tech that I'm going for here is I'm going for a frame perfect trick. When you open the secret route, before the pop-up box comes out, you can change the Dream Eater you're looking at, and it just gives you animation of the secret route opening. I missed it all 3 times there. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's not really something you garner for when you're trying to play this game. There's a couple more frame perfect tricks that you can go for.
Frame perfect at 60 FPS. Right?
Yeah, frame perfect 60 FPS is great. Yeah, because this version runs at 60 FPS, so you know, frame perfect tricks, right? Hopefully the one on the left gets 20. Oh, you god. So basically they can get any amount of LP from like 7 to like 28 or something, and it's completely random what value that they'll get. There's Kuraga Man. Shout outs to my names. And here's Super Glide because I grabbed Super Glide from him. Dark blue there. You go there. Light blue there. So now I'm just gonna spam some water barrels on these guys because I need all the points in the world. I need 280 points on one of the magic lappings. It doesn't matter which one it goes on. I just need it on one of them. So I use about 15 barrels, and then I check which one's in the lead and which one's not. And then if I need to use more, I use more. So I go down to about 5 on the list, 5 or 4, before I decide what I'm doing. The one on the left's doing real well.
Yeah, so pretty much the way the kind of progression this game works is we level up these guys by like petting them or playing these mini games. This is obviously quite fast. Then we get the commands, and we also get passive buffs as well, which we're going to be getting that help us out. Yeah, so the kind of the draw of NG Plus is you get basically all your broken stuff early, and you never really have to like enter the menus or find commands or do anything else. It's just a nice chill run after you get through Neopets for 15 minutes. It's the best run. Yeah, so you might have noticed that some of the abilities we've already got are Balloonra, and you'll see why we've got these Balloonras. It's a pretty good move. Pretty good, I would say. Yeah. And Kuraga because healing is good, and the Super Glide. Yeah, we grab Super Glide for movement for Sora because it's faster than flow motion, and it's only 10 LP, so you know it's nice and easy to grab. I'm going to go down to 3 actually on this before I move on. Oh, I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'll go down to 3 before I check. Because they haven't been doing too well. Oh, I might just... The one on... That one's doing fine, so I'll check in a second. There's kind of like... you know, most people count on on one of them and just kind of guess. I just kind of use my barrels. Then I check. So I'm looking for the one on the right now to be getting some points. One more should be fine. Yeah, this is kind of the worst part of this run when you're trying to do it. Just you deal with this for 15 minutes and then that's fine. Cool. Nice. Yeah, so I need 280 here because the route I need to take just requires exactly 280 link points. The Pseudo Neku, his amount of points really, it doesn't matter. He always has the exact, way more than the stuff you need. So I grab a few magic case, a stop block, and some blizzard. The stop block and blizzard screen are not useful. All I'm looking for is magic boost and magic haste. That's all I need. So, because magic boost basically stops us from having to level up too high, and magic haste makes it so any magic command we use recharges faster. So we just rely on that over and over. Yeah, as you can probably tell, very going to be a very much magic based run. Yep, all the magic. We're doing.
So I'm gonna equip my abilities now. Oh, menus in this game are really dumb. They don't drop your inputs real bad. Or they accept X like so many times. And put Dark Parrot with Riku. There we go. Cool. I'm done with that for now.
Yeah.
1448 ain't bad there. So you can skip the boss intros in this game, so I'm just going to attack this guy until my balloons recharge. And I'm also trying to get links with the Dream Eaters because I want to... I want them to get their link bars full really, really fast. So I'm using balloon now. I'm going to throw this guy just so he gets stunned for a bit longer.
Yeah, so watch the boss's HP when he uses balloon.
It's
like,
beautiful.
Oh,
Look
there's
at
another
this.
half
He's
bar,
gonna die now.
and he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Easy. Easy. So Balloonra in this game is very, 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 very strong. We mainly use it in the NG Plus speed run because it's the easiest command we can get early. Some of the other broken commands in this game are like Firaga Burst and Thundaga, but they're not as easy to get as Balloonra is. In my opinion, Firaga Burst is the most broken command in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
But because it can take quite a while to get the commands like you saw, we had to do quite a lot with our Dream Eaters at the start. Like, having the commands be easy to get is very worth it.
Yeah. So I'm dropping to Riku because I play through Riku's bit of the game now. The way we've routed this is so basically you don't basically you have to drop the least amount of times. So by playing through Riku's bit now, you don't have to drop it as many times. You there? Yeah. Cool. And now just gonna fly over here, Riku. So Riku goes straight into a force fight with a bunch of enemies. Your balloons are recharging here, so I use a couple of ground pounds from a flow motion while he's recharging. That was really weird. Just making sure these things die. Now I get to use Balloonra, and Balloonra is nice and strong.
Yeah, so the way Balloonra works is like summons like that. I think there's 5 or 6 balloons. And when in
There's 7.
oh, there's 7.
There's 7.
Yeah.
there's about 7 to 8-ish.
And then obviously when Riku or Sora hits it, they all like start kind of homing in, but not homing too well. But if they start inside of an enemy, they just instantly blow up, and that's what's so good.
One good thing about the animation though is the animation of Riku and of the character hitting the balloons doesn't actually have to go off for the balloons to disperse or be used. So basically, in most fights, I'm going to try and get hit right after the animation for the balloons has come out, because you don't need to hit them for them to disperse or deal any sort of damage. I can't talk today. So just go right here.
So hopefully sometimes in this run we'll have times where we use Balloonra, immediately get hit, and then we can just spam Balloonra ridiculously fast and just absolutely annihilate the boss.
I'm grabbing level 3 there for the magic increase. Sometimes you actually get a crit there and everything dies in one hit, which is real nice. Or you get like just good on the rolls. So this is faster than jumping, bouncing off, dashing off of walls, but dashing off of walls is kind of hard to control sometimes. So here I'm going to try and hit the ceiling for flow motion and then use that to pull myself down. There you go.
Nice.
So there's a ceiling there that pulls you down, so I try and use that to lower my height as much as possible. Oh god, paused too early there. So cutscene skips in this game are really, really annoying because you got to do start then down X. So this guy, he kind of starts in the air. I'm going to try and get to him with flow motion. And then fling him somewhere like where he's not going to be too bad to deal with. It's kind of bad, but whatever. Oh god, what are you doing? Where are you, boss? Okay. He never usually sits up here, but it's fine.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's kind of slow now, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Oh, now he's going to move.
If he just sat in that corner, it would have been alright, actually. But
where are you going? Please stop. I'm going to stun him again. There you go.
Yeah, so we saw an example of there. If Riku got hit, but the balloon just goes anyway.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of slow, but that was the boss just decided to be like, yeah, I'm going to just move around.
Yeah, that fight is actually really awkward, even casually, just because the arena, as you can kind of see, is
It's
really
horrible. horrible.
It just flies around.
And like the worst part about flow motion is if you dodge into walls, it just activates randomly. If you jump on a rail, it activates. So it can be very, very hard to control. Alright, so now we get into Riku's first ring of worlds. So the first world I'm going to go to with Riku is Notre Dame. La City des Lochos or something it's called. Right, so this is the first instance of a dive boss, so hopefully this goes well, because these are the hardest ones to A rank. So you can get 1 cycle or 2 cycle here and still get an A rank, which is perfectly fine. You just need to hope that you don't get destroyed too badly on the second cycle. So you avoid the darts. Then the move that the little bees are going to do is they're going to just kind of fly at you, just kind of ring around in a circle, so then they all kind of stay in the general area of where they flew. And hopefully I can kill the boss in 1 cycle. Oh, this is bad already. This will be a 2 cycle fight, but whatever. Yeah, 2 cycle, I can deal with that, that's fine.
Yeah, these sections, especially the bosses, are a lot harder than they look, just because the diving strike just isn't very consistent. Even if you have the orange target on something, sometimes it just doesn't hit. Yeah. And it's just real bad.
It's horrible sometimes. There you go, that's fine. Yeah. You have like a minute 20 something to get a rank in this dive, so 2 cycles fine. You lose about 20 seconds from not getting 1 cycle. That was just I was in the wrong position when trying to attack, but the boss kind of moves around randomly, and as you said, the reticle is not an indication of where you are, and where you're going to attack. So I'm going to do a quick menu. I'm going to change my keyblade. Actually, change my keyblade and put on Kyoraga. I put on Kyoraga for the world after this, but it doesn't hurt to have it here in case you need it. Oh, that was okay movement there. Usually hit one of the other bars. Yeah, because flow motion likes to home in on other flow motion targets as well. So we're going to go over here. So this room's kind of awkward to flow motion, and you've got to kind of hit these, and then you can slide straight into that door, but it's really hard to control.
Yeah, like the sliding and the dashing is actually quite difficult to control. Like it moves like, kind of has like a weird kind of momentum to it, and you can't turn that sharp.
Yeah.
So Rebel has to make sure that he can control it and hit off walls like when he wants to, because if he's dashes too far, then he gets like a bit of a slow down animation, and then is out of flow motion. So there's actually quite a lot to getting the flow motion really optimized.
And grab some XP from that enemy, because why not? You don't exactly need it, but he was 1 hit away from death, so. So this entire bit, you're running away from oh, lovely. You're running away from Wargoyle. There you are. Look, the boy's chasing you. You can't skip this cutscene, so. Cool. And now I'm just kind of going. So there's a bit of debris here that takes exactly seven hits to get rid of. Balloonera basically just bodies it for you for free. You can do that, or you can use the dashing move from flow motion. I prefer using the balloon just because it looks a lot like hilarious. Just set of balloons just blowing up a bit of building.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But as you said, the 7 balloons, so
yep,
that's all we need.
Right, cool. So I touched the save point right after the first room here, just so I could save warp. Because save warping saves a couple of minutes over walking back here. Saves quite a lot of time actually. It's really, really long walking back from there. I think I've got overcast here as well, so you know, you can see the overcast. So basically, every single world in this game has weather forecast, and there's one of them that increases your magic damage output and intake by really Riku. Whatever, it's fine.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I was trying to flow motion off the wall. Yeah, so it increases your magic output by 1.5 times, so you do way more damage to things. It's just completely random if it decides to show up. It can save a bit of time, like here and there. There's a few worlds where it matters. Oh yeah, I do have it. Holy moly!
Yeah, like look at that damage. Like with Overcast, we're doing almost a full bar.
And
yeah, it's just crazy.
I'm just gonna do that just to make sure he dies. There you go. Now, yeah, so that's a really fast fight with Overcast. Yeah, so usually you have to go through a couple, like you end up more in that second cycle after the second slow motion attack there, which is perfectly fine. But you know, Overcast saves a bit of time. There's a couple of bits later where Overcast can save like a massive amount of time. So if I look at my drop thing and I can see it there, I will take about a 20-second time loss to drop between Riku and Sora to grab Overcast to minimize time losses or time gains. Yeah, time to go to the grid. So now I'm going to go to the grid as Riku. So this is the easiest dive in the game, honestly. So it's even easier than the first one that you go through as Sora. So Riku has to grab one prize pod from this one. The rest of it is just dodge everything. Oh, lovely. dodge nothing. That is fine. You can bonk there and fine. So I'm going to stay about here on the map and just kind of dash down over and over and over again. And the obstacles just kind of move out your way for you. So you know. So some people think you got to go grab that ring. No, they just move for you. These things also never really an issue. These blocks down here, they just move out your way.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of like trickiness to these dives. Like it's when you doing it casually, it's like all the stuff is moving around. You don't know where the hell you have to go. But obviously, speedrun the game, you just know where they're gonna go. Yeah. So it's dead easy.
They just move out your way for free. It's the easiest A rank in the game. You just kind of sit in a corner and mash X. So now we get to go into Light Cycle, which is lots of fun. Oh, you can't skip that. What I was thinking. I always think there's two cutscenes there. It's fine. We get to listen to good music for a few minutes here.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna continuously go in and out of charge mode because I get a short speed boost from doing it. Basically, this bit takes about 3.5 minutes to get through. You just got to kind of dash forward continuously. You don't have to kill the enemies or anything. The enemies just kind of hit you. They don't really do anything. This segment is kind of an auto-scroller. It's kind of based on where you are on the track as well, on how many laps and stuff you do. So, you know, you just kind of go. It's fine. I usually just jam to the music for a few minutes.
Yeah, we're basically just waiting for the boss to spawn, and you don't need to kill any of the enemies for the boss to spawn. So
you also get to look at Riku's sick face in the corner, dude. I actually really like the grid costumes in this game. Let me kill that guy.
Yeah, so we're in like the Tron world, if you couldn't tell, but we're not just in Tron. We're in like modern Tron.
Modern Tron.
Yeah.
There we go. Tron. We're in Tron Evolution Tron.
Yeah. Where all the faces look kind of creepy.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you have cartoon people like Riku's talking to like
realistic people. I love it, dude.
It's just like, what?
It's so good.
And everyone just acts like it's totally fine, even though it's really not.
I mean, to be fair, the same thing happened in Port Royal and Cage too.
Yes, that is true, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Donald and Goofy just appear. Oh, hi, guys.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah, so this will be over in a little bit here. The boss that spawns is a Commantis. He'll kind of dash at you from like behind, but then you just have to kill him when he gets in front of you. The whole point of this is I'm still just trying to avoid getting hit. It should end about now-ish. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Alright, so this guy will come at you from behind. If you're in boost mode, the boost at the back of you can deal damage to the boss, so you just kind of stick here and do all the damage you can, and then he'll fly past you and go in front of you, and then you just start shooting at him. And depending on what move luck he gives you, depends on how fast this goes. This is kind of... That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That move's fine. There's a couple more where he backs off, then throws discs. This is perfectly fine. He should... Oh, this is real good RNG, actually.
This is really good.
That was perfect, basically.
Yeah. And there was only like one corner that kind of screwed with you a bit.
You can kill him before he gets to the corner if you get real good. Because he can sit in front of you, just spam that move like 3 times.
Yeah.
There is actually a glitch that people have started doing on the higher difficulties there, where you can dash forward a few times when he's doing the claw attack, and then you can get stuck underneath his claws. And he can't do anything else to you because you're in his face. And he can't move because he can't pull you with, because he's not programmed to pull you with him.
Oh, right. Huh. Weird. Well, I guess that doesn't save much time. It's just safer.
It saves a bit of time because you can like shoot in for all the damage, but it's way safe. It's way safer on higher difficulties. They found it because the other runners. Right, it was actually found by I can't remember who it was. It was either Velo or Dorna who found it, and they're quite different runners of this game that do like all the difficulties. I pretty much stick to NG plus beginner because it's what I know from 3DS. But they've like routed like crit and level 1 and all this other stuff. So also I have overcast again. So you know this is going to be real fast.
Nice.
I'm just going to kind of get balloons out. I'm trying to get all the damage out as fast as possible. Just die. And this should be the last enemy here. There you go.
Yep.
That was kind of an okay fight.
Yeah, that fight, you could see like the power of the magic case we got before, where we could pretty much just balloon row just constantly, because by the time we've used them all, our first one is back ready to go again. Yep.
So we get one more balloon row a little bit. Well, we have 2 more balloon rows to get. Then when you have 6, oh god, when you have 6, when you cycle through all of them, your first one's always back to full. So
you can literally spam it then.
Yeah, you can literally just go ham. Shit. Right, so this is the introduction to the mini game of this one, which is I don't even know what it's called. It's just press buttons and things happen. This most of the reality shifts, which is what these are, were way better on the 3DS version.
Yeah. So every world has like its own reality shift mechanic, and they're all designed to be played on the touchscreen on the 3DS.
Yeah, so they had to edit them completely. There's some of them that were just cut completely. So there's some of them where like you just do the reality shift and get like the reward for doing the mini game. So the one in Pranksters Paradise, there's meant to be a mini game where like you shoot bubbles at like whatever's caught in the reality shift, but in this version it just kind of gives you the reward of them being caught in the bubble.
Yeah, so the reality shift here is you just have to press the buttons to correspond to the red text. Obviously, if you're on 3DS, you would tap it
on the touchscreen. It was so much faster on the 3DS because you can react so much. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes these guys just won't give you a reality shift fast. Oh, they pressed the wrong button. I read the second one.
Nice. So if you're paying attention, one cool thing is that the text that appears afterwards is actually like code that kind of represents what you do. It's like there, I think it was like setting the power to like 99999, so it blows up.
Yeah, it was auto destruct, so yeah, it basically sets it to explode.
Yeah, which is quite a nice little detail, because some of the reality shifts will do different stuff, like not just blow things up.
Should I get down through the door? So I'm gonna dash up the floor here. This is very hard to maintain flow motion in this room because there's floors everywhere. So there's a rail here that I'm going to try and hit. So the dude here that spawns that likes to follow you, and sometimes he'll chase you down fully, and you'll be on the lift and he'll be behind you trying to hit you. Actually went to that door's deceptively hard to get through. Cool, so now there's a couple of cutscenes here, then we go to the boss of this world, which is Commantus again. The interesting thing about the boss fight of Commantus here is that Commantus is one of the only instances of like a boss having like a hard HP gate in a KH game, which requires like a mini game to get through. In most games they require like a specific move or a finisher or something, but in this one no, you have to play a mini game to get through it, which is obviously the reality shift that we've been using throughout the world. I'm just gonna lock on and just spam some balloons. Hopefully this guy don't move too much. This guy can just circle around you. Cool. Oh, free. They were all X.
Dude, hacker man right now.
I know, right? So whenever I do a round shift, I'm going to make sure I do a balloon row before going into it, so then it automatically disperses as soon as I'm out of the reality shift. God, all the damage, dude.
Yeah, man.
That was a actually ridiculously good fight. Oh no, don't do this to me. This is me just being bad at video games. There we go. if like you fail the mini game like too many times, it brings the boss back with a bit more health.
But we didn't do that. So it's
we didn't do that.
It's fine.
We didn't do that. I can't press buttons correctly.
It's okay.
It's like Simon says, but you can't read. It's like you can't read color. Right, so now we're gonna go to Pranksters Paradise with Riku. If we have Overcast here, it'll be even more hilarious. No, we don't. I'm just making it's just making sure.
Yeah, we've got some quite good Overcast RNG so far. So.
Yeah. If you get it here, it saves like 30 seconds on the boss because you can stop him from moving around, which is nice. But you can do that without it. It's just really luck dependent without it. So this one here, these hands will open up nets and have big points in them, which you hit like an idiot, but you know. Fine. So this one here, that one's a fake every time. There's 3 enemies that spawn here. And then they disappear on you. Right, so in the middle of these boxes, there's a Mega Flare. The Mega Flare is useful for these 4. Then you save it, and then there's another 4 enemies that you can use it on if you feel like it, I think. I remember I just kind of do stuff. You can skip through the middle of those 2 because you don't need either of those big boy points. Yeah, there's more enemies here that spawn that you can fire that on. You need these points. Oh god.
Oh.
That was real stress apparently. Just being an idiot. You get like 110 to do this one, so you have loads of time to get hit like 5 times in this one.
Yeah, no problem. Bit of a trickier one, so it's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a balloon for A rank in that one.
Nice.
Free balloon.
Yeah. Best kind of balloon.
I'm gonna shove it on now. So I'm going to jump in the save point to heal my Dream Eaters, because one thing that this game is very, very good at is it's very good at healing Sora and Riku, but really bad at healing the Dream Eaters. Sometimes you'll be in like the end of the game and they'll just have no health, and you'll be like, why have they got no health? Because the game doesn't heal them. Like they heal Sora and Riku after every fight. So cool. This is just moving through Monstro just like in KH1, so...
But with flow motion.
Flow motion, but the entire mechanic in Monstro here is you can flip over the chambers by hitting, I don't even know what they're called, by hitting like these tonsil things, the little thing down there. You can hit that and it'll flip the room. And there's treasure chests and stuff that you can only collect if like the rooms flip like that one up there and that one there. That treasure chest there is a collision magnet, which we used to grab that chest until we just started to buy a collision magnet later on in the run. Cool. So in this next little room up here, it's a little bit hard to do jump and then dash again. So I'm just gonna go here, dash between the walls to try and stop myself from getting caught on the ceiling. I'll just dash right here. Alright, so this is Char Clobster. So he's gonna shoot some fire at us more than likely, and oh he's doing sleep, that's fine. So sleep, all this does is increase our drop gauge, so then it depletes faster. It's not really that bad, because this is the last time we're using Riku for a little bit. So in a second it'll give me a reality shift. Now I can do that. So hopefully he gives me a second one as he goes into his desperation phase here. Oh yes, he did. So he'll do some stuff and then he'll fall over. There you go. he like bros it up and then he just falls over.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Like casually, he runs all over the place, or if the fight goes badly, and it's a total nightmare to keep up with him because the arena is actually really big. Yeah,
you don't always get two reality shifts there. You have to do enough damage to him really, really fast. Cool, so now we're going to drop back to Sora and do Sora's bit, because if we go do Riku's Traverse Town 2 now, we have to do extra drops, because in order to unlock the rest of the worlds afterwards, we need to go, we need to complete Riku's thing, so we would just be doing additional drops for no reason. This is why we have the route the way we do it now. So I'll grab a drop decelerator from that drop menu there for this world, just to make it a little bit safer for the end of Sora's bit. 'Cause sometimes you sometimes nearly end up I can't even talk, dropping if you don't grab that. Cool. So Sora's one here, you have to get about 1,500 points or something. It's pretty easy to get. Oh, I hit all 3.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
And defeat 15 enemies, I presume, but that should be easy.
Yeah, that's easy as hell because you get a bit where you just bomb them. Oh, lovely. That's fun. Like, collecting more points was the point of that, obviously.
Here we go.
There's some enemies that spawn here. There's 5 here. There you go. Sometimes they hit you and you don't get that, so it's a little bit scary on points sometimes. And there's some more enemies that spawn down here, and then use the iframes with that to get through there. I've got more than enough points to do this. You always end up with so many points if like you do this right and you don't bonk too hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice that the A ranks aren't too difficult, just because otherwise it'd be a huge pain to get the Keyblade at the end.
Yeah.
So now we're going into the
change my Keyblade.
the Hunchback in Notre Dame world with Sora.
I'm gonna sandbag that a little bit. Usually you just jump and super glide there, but because I changed my arm commands, they start recharging again. So it's oh yeah, this is Comet, by the way. So yeah, good animation. You can skip this, but you need to see the cutscene.
Yeah.
You just have to watch
You
the Majesty.
need to see the cutscene.
Yeah, you need to see it. So I sandbagged the movement a bit there because if you because whenever you change your commands, the entire deck has to like recharge. So it's just a little bit easier to make sure they're all recharged for after the comet. Yeah, should I climb the tower?
Yeah, man, climb the tower.
Yeah, I'm climbing the tower.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So in this bit, you're meant to go through two loading zones, and it spawns you right at the top of the church. But you can just kind of climb up. Sorry, the cathedral is the correct term. So this is something that we usually do in marathons and stuff in this game, just because it's pretty cool. So the door which the loading zone takes you to is over there, but you can just kind of come up here and go in the door. It's a little bit slower on PS4 because loading times are faster, but it's a little cool thing that you can do. You can just climb the tower instead of going inside it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because casually you would just assume that you can't do that, but they're actually the same area and connected. So that's cool.
This entire area is huge. That's kind of what this game did with flow motion, is it made everywhere really, really big, but they still feel kind of small because flow motion is actually like completely broken. Alright, so this is the Wildflower fight. This fight is horrible. So the Wildflowers will kind of move around. You just have to kill all of them. And hopefully this one... Oh, that's fine. So ideally you hit them once or twice, you do balloon around, then they stay still, so the ballooners just all pop on them and they die instantly. Doesn't always happen in that way. This one I'm trying to land on the roof. I'm going to super glide over. I'm going to try drop on this one hit into it. And it should stay there. There we go.
Nice.
So this part is actually really easy to die to because the exploding dandelion things are poison you, so your health bar can drop really, really fast here. But after this you get healed anyway. But that was really, really good.
Yeah, that can go really bad just because they can jump around and it's just bad.
It's horrible. Cool, so I'll do some super gliding. Right, so whenever you super glide, you actually drop in height over time, but I'm going to use boxes and things to maintain height in that middle bit there to so I don't have to drop down and restart a super glide. This world's one of the only times where you really do that to maintain height in super glide. The rest of it's kind of just you move around. So this is the most optimal way to get to the door. You go to the graveyard, which is through here, and you go underground. Down. So in here, this is the reason why that I grabbed the drop decelerator, because on the floor here is basically the same stuff that Shark Lobster was shooting at us. It basically increases the amount increases how fast your drop gauge depletes itself. But we just try and spend as little time in the drink as possible.
Yeah, it's the meter in the bottom right that says like drop. And, basically, if that fully depletes, then we get forced to switch character.
Yeah, we get a 30-second countdown, and then it switches. What it does, and we don't want it done in like unoptimal places, because sometimes you'll be in a boss fight and then the thing will go, and then you'll be like, oh no, and then because like you're in a boss fight, it actually it makes you restart the fight when like you re-drop again from the start. So you could be right at the end of a fight, and then you drop, and then you come back. But usually in a run we don't drop, so we don't drop accidentally.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of time to do each world. Obviously, we're going so fast.
Yeah, so this is Wargoyle. This guy likes to spam commands. Oh, yo, I got the stun. This guy just likes to spam commands at us. So I'm going to try and dodge him while doing that. Yo, he hit me out of a move there.
Balloon row is good.
Yep. He should die from a couple more here. Yeah, that's the last one. That was a really good fight.
Nice.
So the issue with Wargoyle is he just spams commands and doesn't stop. He's an enemy that really has no form of stagger. You can stun him in some instances, like I did there, but you have to hit him out of like specific moves. And he's only stunned for a very, very short amount of time. In that arena, he's fine, but you fight him again later, but you're in a box, basically. He's really, really bad there. Alright, cool.
Got like 2 seconds of the Organization 13 theme there.
Yeah.
That's good.
I skipped the cutscene late, that's why.
Yeah, man.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to go do one of the only things that I did in this game, which is put Pranksters Paradise before Grid. I was looking at my splits one day and I was like, yo, I should get more EXP from there first and then go fight the Grid boss. Because the Grid doesn't have any force fights, it's only got a boss. While this world has 2 force fights and then a boss. So you can nab level 7 and potentially save a couple of seconds on the Grid fight. So, oh yeah, this dive we take revenge on balloons. So we're just going to dash through some balloons.
But they've done so much for us, Rebel.
Hey man. The reputation of Balloon has ruined this game for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We need to take revenge on them.
It's quite easy to discover that Balloon Route is ridiculous, even in a casual playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely did.
It's very, very easy to obtain because you can just buy it in shops after Traverse Town 2. After the second visit to Traverse Town with either character. On the sale days with like the Moogle shop icon on the weather forecasting. As it done now, I can just kind of collect some points. You need 720 points here, so I'm way over pointed. You don't lose time for over pointing, so it's fine. Right, I'm actually going to remember to change my Keyblade now. Like I forgot to do last time.
Don't forget, yeah, time save.
Yeah, time save.
Yeah.
So in the last marathon run I did of this at UKSG, I forgot to change my Keyblade because I'm an idiot. Because I was talking about not doing a menu, and then I didn't do the menu, which I was meant to do. And kind of the point of the thing was, yo, I'm not changing my commands here because it's slow, and you have to wait for them to recharge. But then I just didn't do the menu because I just forgot about the Keyblade altogether. And I was like, why is my damage so low? Yeah, it's because I didn't do anything.
So you might have noticed the kind of structure of this game is that every world we go to as Riku and Sora, and it's like a parallel universe, basically, that we're doing in each one.
Yep, they go to all the same locations, but they go to different locations within them. So Riku actually went to so Riku was in Monstro, like in the KH1. Sora ends up here, which is the island where all the boys go, who get turned into donkeys, which is rather nice.
Yeah, this one's quite interesting just because it is like very different, the areas that you go to. We will be seeing Monstro later, but it'll be a bit different to
We've already done Monstro.
Riku. I mean, like, as in, you ride?
Oh,
you know
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. As in, like, we'll see him.
We'll see Monstro.
We won't be in Monstro, but we'll...
There was a glitch on the 3DS with that cutscene where it just wouldn't play. It was pretty good. So you would end up just looking at like a frozen picture of like the whale for like 30 seconds while like the video played.
Oh right. Nice.
And then it would just load and you're in the floating pit.
Seems legit.
It can't happen on PS4. It's really sad.
Oh.
That was my favorite glitch in the game. I'd like everything you can do in this game, because there's a few frame perfect tricks that you can go for, like I was going for at the start. There's another one which you can go for, which is you skip the animation of like the game like showing you all the worlds, but that's another frame perfect trick. So you just go for it and pray. Yeah, I'm super guiding past all the enemies here. So this is a fight where the Dream Eaters get taken away from us. You just fight a bunch of pandas in the trampoline room. Beautiful. So the bats here are probably the more annoying enemy at the start, because they can stun you out of everything. So just try and kill the bats as quickly as possible. Hit that, stun it. And then, oh, dude, the double. Let's go. And there's one more bat, and there's one more panda up there, which is actually what I want. So I want to end up here because there's some more bats that spawn up here. And these bats are just as annoying as the first ones, so just making sure that they die is really, really nice. There's a panda here. The rest of them are on the bottom one now. They tend to punch down and like... They tend to all punch down here and like just chill out for a bit. Oh, thank you for the stun. That's fine. That was actually a pretty good fight.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Again,
obviously because I changed my keyblade, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last time it was like, this was so slow. And then I didn't realise that I was in the boss.
Yeah, it's another example of an annoying arena with multiple levels and they all jump around. But
yeah, that's one of the instances where like I was trying to use balloon on an enemy, so then when I hit it, it just bursts on them instantly, because if your balloons start flying around there, it's basically impossible for them to track onto enemies correctly. Alright, so there's a panda here that I'm going to kill for the XP. So this is where I hit the level 7 that I was talking about. There you go. That's kind of bad because I got hit by a bat, but it doesn't really matter too much. The level 7's all I need.
yeah, we're going to be finishing this game ridiculously under level.
Really, really, really low leveled. It's real. It's a real meme.
But it's fine because of all the magic boosts we got, we're actually quite strong despite it.
Looking like we're real weak.
Yeah. But as you might guess, even though we're on beginner, the bosses might start hitting pretty hard later.
Yeah, yeah. There's a boss later on which can just kill you if he feels like it, even on beginner. Alright, so now we're underwater now. And yeah, Sora can breathe infinitely while underwater. It's pretty good. And you can flow motion while underwater. Oh god.
Yeah, that was weird.
I hit the ceiling. But if you go down the bottom here, there's actually a cutscene that plays. Dodged it there.
Yeah, so don't go down there.
Yeah, don't go down there. There's an unskippable cutscene that plays. Drop down here. Right, there's an unskippable cutscene in this room as well, but like you don't have to underwater flow motion here. You can just super glide around here, and the door's right there. You just drop into the top of it. Right, so this is the boss with Chill Lobster. This is the ice version of the crab. Super glide there, so I get over the frost wall that he erects. Oh, what are you doing? It's fine. That's actually fine.
Yeah, because all the balloons are still pretty much all hitting him, so it's okay.
That's fine, yeah. This is all you need. You just want balloons to be smacking him. So in a second, he'll go into his DM phase, which is he'll start glowing like the other one does. I'm trying to stay as... Oh, I didn't put the Curaga on. That's lovely.
We'll be fine.
That's fine, don't worry about it. He'll drop down here. Oh, lovely Dream Eater died. Yeah, so when Dream Eaters get knocked down, they go into 30-second countdown phase there. Yeah, so now he can end the fight whenever he feels like it. He'll do it in a second. There you go.
Nice.
So he'll drop down, push everything down, and then the Monstro there will open up, and then you can do that, then you have to shift, and then we get to see Monstro. Yeah, on the 3DS, the cutscene got caught on that screen there sometimes. Oh, right. And then just sits there looking at the wonderful portrait of the whale stuck in ice.
See, we do see Monstro again. That's what I meant.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
To be honest, I forget half the stuff in this game because I just do it. Alright, so this is a section where we just move left and right, avoiding the lasers of the big crab ahead of us. Yeah, so you kind of bait lasers to the left and then you move to the right because he shoots them where you were. So whenever he turns around, he'll shoot them in the direction that you were in. So he'll turn around here and then do it again. And basically, when the finish in the corner lights up, I can press it, you burst the bubble, and the crab dies.
The section's basically Toho, man. But like,
yeah, but you don't get to shoot anything.
Yeah, and there's like 2 bullets rather than a million.
There you go.
Nice.
And yeah, you just burst the bubble, and the crab just goes, oh no! One strokes back and dies.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. I'll put Kuraga on in a second as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that that menu isn't as important as the Keyblade one. Unintentional risk, the cureless.
Yeah, I know, right? It was fine. We didn't even go on low HP.
I mean, I could have saved the menu for in here. Actually, I do a menu in this world.
Yeah, but it's better to just get it out of the way than just forget.
Yeah. Right, so this is the first fight with Brawler Mari. So Brawler Mari has a few attacks that he'll do. He'll stab at you, he can shoot at you, he'll break a rock in your face in this phase, but apart from that, he doesn't do a lot. So you just avoid the debris behind the rocks and you take no damage. When he does this move, you need to use the air brake. This is the only use of the air brake in the speedrun, because if you get hit by that move, you can't get any damage on a Brawler Mari. So you do that, and then you wait for a second cycle of attacks here. Oh yeah, laser, I forgot about laser. You just wait for a second cycle of moves here. You get you dodging, deflect as well.
Yeah, if you spam dodging deflect, you're basically just continually invulnerable. As you can see, you just go straight through the lasers.
And you can deflect stuff back. It doesn't really do a lot in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact you have to use aerial brake here is like really weird.
Yeah,
like,
it's the only instance where you have to use it.
Yeah, because you play this game for like 5-10 hours to get to this point, and you've never used it because it's pretty useless. And then there's just this attack that you have no idea what you're supposed to do because it just hits the whole screen.
Oh no!
And then you can never damage the boss because you don't figure it out. It's like, yeah. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and Sora shouts faster during flow motion.
Oh yeah, gotta go faster.
Faster. Yeah.
Yeah, faster.
There you go. Right, I'm gonna my Dreamy as the heal. Because usually you have Kuraga in the previous fight to make sure they're on full health for this world. Right, so actually you went to flow motion up these rails, but you can just kind of super glide. So when you go down this and next bit, there's a huge invisible wall to the left of you, so you have to wait until you're at the bottom of the ramp before you can turn there. Cool, I got a high enough jump there, which means I should be able to... Yep, cool.
Nice.
If you get a low jump there and you start your super glide, you have to kind of flow motion up there or jump, because you get caught on the flow motion rail. Cool, I get to use flow motion as Sora, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 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 Sora gets his counter rush here, which is pretty good. Counter rush, there we go.
Woo.
Which is useless. It's actually probably one of Sora's better abilities, but it's not very useful in a speedrun. Sora's block in this game is not very good. It doesn't grant you many like iframes or like much protection, but if you guard anything and then go into counter rush, you're basically invincible for the whole move, which is real nice. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna do some flow motion around here. Super glide over here. There's a gun here which you destroy. He says yeehaw there, because you know the classic. There's so many memes that we have in this game. The hottest meme of this game is that we didn't really have a route for this game on 3DS because there was only 2 save slots, so we never bothered. We just used to do races and be like, yeah, this should work out. We just grabbed balloon and went. Yeah. We just knew what gave us balloon and what gave us the abilities we wanted. And just went from there.
Yeah, it's super nice. I want to say all the remasters, you have like a KH2 style save menu. Yeah. Where you can have loads of saves.
You can have 99 saves in this game. I don't know why you need 99 saves in this game, but you can have 99 saves. So it went from 2 saves, and then they added 97 more, which is pretty good. Cool, so as I said, there's only a boss in this world, so you do a bunch of movement, and then you fight a boss. So the boss is a Rinsler, which is what I think is what Tron became in the Tron Evolution film. I don't even know. I've not actually seen that film.
No,
if I'm being honest, I just know he's called Rinsler because obviously the game goes defeat Rinsler. So Rinsler has a couple of moves that you can do at the start. The main one you'll probably see is he'll throw his disc at me and then oh no, he came at me. So he'll throw his disc at you, or he'll do what he did there where he runs you. And if he runs at you, he'll hit you out of balloon and stuff if you get lucky. He's not really giving it to me. It's fine though. He has a gimmick where he can spin the platforms upside down, but usually you kill him before he even gets a chance to do it. He smacks me right at the end. Look. Yeah. Like, oh no! He's just flying backwards. Yeah, so if you get lucky in that fight and he starts hitting you, he has super armor on like his moves, but he still takes the damage. So he'll hit you out of on balloon, and the thing I mentioned earlier, where if the animation of balloon's out, they stay there as long as and then if you get hit, you get cancelled out of the animation. Then you can use another balloon. Then he'll hit you again, and then you just cycle through that, and you can do that basically infinitely. Right. So now we go back to Traverse Town. Right. This has 3 options now, which is dive Visit World, and leave. You always have to go down to Visit World. Right. So now I'm going to change my Keyblade to one with more strength because I need to use Comet again, and Comet is based on your strength stat. Also going to quickly give this a check. Nope. I checked for Overcast there, because if you have Overcast there, it's worth dropping to grab it. It wastes 20 seconds to do so, but it's worth it for the boss rush because you save quite a lot of time there. So cool. So this next fight, you have to kill 3 enemies, and then the rest of the fight will spawn. So I try and kill the 3 seahorse things. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was like a perfect animation cancel being hit there.
Yeah, and he should die here. And then the rest of them spawn. So the reason why we want to use Comet here is because there are these tank bugs that spawn, and they have a move that causes silence, which stops you from using anything until basically they die. If you don't use Comet, or you stick with using all like your magic stuff, so you have Guardian Bell on, your strength stat is abysmal. So you do like 1 hit point of damage to them. It's like actually awful.
Yeah, like. The amount of physical damage we're doing right now is just basically nothing.
Cool, don't click drop. It's the worst decision. Oh, don't. There you go. I BBS there. I pressed triangle to go into the world. Alright, cool. So that's a quick save warp there. Saves a little bit of time. So this is the boss rush in a tiny room with 3 bosses that we've already fought. So we fight Hocker Monkey, Wargoyle, and then Char Coloster again. So Hocker Monkey's pretty easy. He just kind of like spams punches at you and then tries to kick you. Fling him.
Yeah, this is a much better arena than the previous arena we fought him in.
Yeah. I'm just kind of spamming stuff in his face, and he should die from this one. There you go. Go, heal. Right, so I'm going to try and position myself here, and I'm going to try and use a balloon on Wargoyle as he spawns in, because this has the potential to stun him. I didn't get it, it's fine though. If you get the stun, you get 2 free balloon res off on him, which is very, very useful sometimes. Because this guy just kind of spams attacks at you. If he sits there and roars, that'd be fine actually. Yeah, animation cancelling there. Get out of the ring. And he should die after 2 more of these. That was actually really, really good. He didn't do a lot there.
Nice,
he can just spam commands at you continuously, and you can't do anything about it. This fight is actually really, really easy to die to.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can kind of say our HP is actually starting to go down now in fights. So even though we're on beginner, the fact that we're like level 8.
We're like level. Yeah, we're level 7 or something.
Oh yeah, it's really catching up to us.
Yeah.
Hence why we have Kiraga.
You throw this guy. Try and stun him a little bit. Cool, he did the same move again. So all this move does is increase your drop gauge, depletion rate, and put things to sleep. Just fine.
Yeah, so you can see our drop gauge is now 2.3, so it's dropping like, you know,
yeah, but
now
I'm still
3 times faster.
3 times faster, it's fine.
But
because I dropped straight to Riku after this anyway.
yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, so that was the boss rush. That went pretty well for not having Overcast there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wargoyle kind of treated me real nice. Hokamonkey and Charclops are pretty much always the same, kind of. It's Wargoyle's the problem on. Because sometimes he just hits you out of every heal that you decide to go for. And he'll just murder you. Cool, now we switch to Riku. Cool, got a magic gain. That's cool. So I grabbed a magic gain there. Magic gains increase the amount of damage you do with your magic attacks. If you get enough droplets there, you can actually get a magic gain level 2, which is basically an overcast, which is like real nice. Now Riku does a bit of movement. So Riku has one force fight in this world. To contrast Sora fighting 3 bosses. Riku fights a small group of enemies, but he gets a lot of EXP from this fight. We call it the free EXP fight because you go like 5 levels in one fight. Because Riku's still like level 4 right now, so you know we're real far behind on EXP here. Because one thing that this game does is it doesn't give you a lot of force fights with the characters. It expects you to do a lot of exploring with flow motion and kill enemies off like your own back, which is why enemies give such high EXP yields in this game when you're low leveled.
Yeah, and bosses don't give any XP. Just like
they don't give any XP in this
every
game.
Kingdom Hearts game.
No, it's only in KH1 where they give EXP.
Yeah.
Yeah, and com and recom. So these guys have a stun move that they can go for. I'm just going to try and not get hit by it. So yeah, I'm level 7 now. Oh, that heal was definitely needed. I'm level 8 now. It's because I'm not paying attention, to be honest. I'm just using commands. Level 9. And yeah, I'm halfway to level 10 now.
Nice.
So, you know, nice and chunky on the EXP front there. Alright, so I've got to do a bit of movement here to get to the end of the world. There's just some cutscenes, some story stuff of Riku talking to the world ends with you guys about catching Spelican. So technically Riku's bit actually comes before Sora's bit in the story, which is really weird in the way that we do it. Because they're the ones that send Spelican into Sora's part of Traverse Town from this world. Oh yeah, and when the game's fading in from a load screen, from a room transition, you can move basically instantly as soon as you leave the transition. So right there, I jumped right at the start, so I could move like instantly. Cool. So now we get to go do Riku's bit. I'm gonna try and get a frame perfect trick here. Nah, I didn't get it. You can pause before this animation here plays, but there's like 1 frame to do it in. So 1 frame in a 60 FPS game, just mash and hope.
Yeah.
There's like no setup for it, you just have to do it. Right, so we do Riku's worlds out of order here as well. We go do Symphony of Sorcery first, because Riku doesn't have any fights, any force fights here, and he doesn't actually have a traditional boss fight here. He has kind of like a mini game boss. So we don't need our magic stat, we don't need any stats for this world. And we get a free really strong Keyblade rider right at the end of it, which speeds up the other world in this ring. Grab that. I'm gonna grab Laser Spin. And use it just here, just to remove some obstacles and some enemies. That's fun. Nice. So here you need to defeat 30 enemies. There's easily 30 enemies all over the stage, so you just kind of... I just go through this one kind of casually and just mashing X over and over. There's some they're Jestaboos or something they're called. Half the enemy names are so weird I can never remember them in this game. There's only a few that I've got in my head. Oh, that was really, really weird. Fire! Right, so I should have enough points here. Yeah, definitely have enough points here.
Nice, all A ranks so far.
Yep, all A ranks so So far, you need like 850 there to get the A rank. I thought it was 950, but that's an earlier one. See when you dodge with flow motion.
Yeah.
Oh god, press the wrong button. I JP'd there. Cool. Now we get to go into Symphony of Sorcery, so we get to listen to music. This like used to be your VOD will get muted to the world. Back when Disney really like pushed on this stuff, not being in videos. So every Twitch VOD was just like gone. Cool. And I deliberately messed up the last one there because you save half a second, well, about half a second, 0.4 every time. Because when you hit all of them, it fires extra fireworks out of the music note. So just missing one of them stops it from launching like an extra 2 of them. So you save a tiny bit of time, and you do these a lot, so you save probably like a few seconds overall, which is like really nice to get a consistent time save in this game. So obviously we do it.
Yeah, because it still counts as passing the reality shift.
Yeah, you just have to pass it. You don't have to perfect it.
Yeah, which is you're allowed 1 miss.
Yeah.
Which just makes this really unsatisfying.
Yeah, I know.
Always miss the last one.
Always miss the last one. I can miss the middle one if like you want, but it usually ruins my timing, so I'm gone at that point.
No, I'm not gonna insist, but you know.
Expect. Cool. So now we go into the snow bit, even though this is all like blue, blue and lit up. This is. Oh no, sorry. The snow bit's the next one. This is the forest. I'm just skipping ahead here. So this is an elixir, which is needed for Sora's next world. Oh yeah, and something I didn't mention earlier, whenever I do a reality shift, in the English version, it eats commands whenever you do a reality shift, because in the English version, reality shift is triangle and circle, which is command and jump. But in the Japanese version, it doesn't eat commands because circle is attack. You can't attack and use a command at the same time, so it doesn't eat commands, but in the English version, you can jump and use a command at the same time. So reality shifts like eat commands, which is real nice.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's not like you do the command.
No, it just disappears.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, alright. Now we're in the snowy place.
Yeah, now in the snowy place. I'll skipping ahead a bit. Yeah, I definitely run this game right. Yeah, the bad.
Yeah.
Right, so the game shows you to go up that little grind rail there. You can just kind of go to the side here and then just skip it all together. You can just allow everything over there. There's like a group of enemies, a couple of treasure chests, I think, and some other stuff. I'm not going to make it, that's fine. We actually used to go up to the platform on like the right over there, because that has Ice Barrage in it. We used to grab Ice Barrage and use it in this run.
Oh, right, well.
Because when we did Portals, Ice Barrage was actually broken. Because Zero Gravera, which I picked up earlier, into Ice Barrage basically one-shots a lot of Portals.
Nice.
We just kind of replaced it with Collision Magnet in a lot of areas to make fights way easier. To make, well, one fight way easier.
Yes, I remember now, yeah.
Right, cool. So now this is Riku's boss in this world, which is Chernobog. So it's a dive boss, which is why I didn't need my strain for my magic stat or anything. So this guy has a few attacks he'll go through. He'll launch pillars, he'll throw fireballs, he'll throw a Heartless known as Phantom at you. That was really stupid of me. It's fine, I'm going to lose a bit of time there. I'm going to lose time there as well, but it doesn't really matter. Oh my god. For God's sake.
Yeah.
Reset.
Diving is awkward. So
there you go. So once you're in his face and the reticle's there, you can just press X and it's fine. So now he starts throwing phantoms at you, and phantoms latch onto you and they drain your health or slow you down. The black ones just slow you down, but then the yellow ones, the white ones, I can't color either today, will also drain your health really, really fast. And even though I'm on beginner, it's still surprisingly quick how fast you can die in this fight. Cool, the pathways there.
Yeah, we need to hit him 3 times, and the third phase of this is actually surprisingly difficult.
Yeah, he throws a lot of stuff at you. He goes straight into Fire Pillar. So he sends the Phantoms at you. He throws Fire Pillars at you, and then there is a bunch of fireballs he rains down from the sky at you. So you need to kind of dodge 3 things at once.
Yeah.
So I use dodging deflect there. You can do it by just mashing X, but your movement has to be like actually ridiculously good. But if you use dodging deflect, you still move forward while dodging, so you know it's a little bit safer to do so. But also if the Phantoms do grab onto you, the way you get them off of you is by spinning. That's why you have dodging deflect here. So now I should be fine even if one grabs me.
Yeah, nice. That was good.
That was kind of, yeah. After the first phase, it was fine. The first phase was iffy.
Yeah, you made the third phase look really easy. It's not actually that easy.
I got hit by the first phase more.
Yeah. Pretty sure I died at least once there. My first
yeah,
playthrough.
It's because the Phantoms drain your health really fast.
Yeah,
and if you don't know how to get them off of you, they're real bad.
Yeah, but you did a really good job of like streaming them around so that they never could get onto you.
Yeah. Cool. Now we go into Country of the Musketeers. So we can get a refight with Brawler Mari here. So a gimmick of the dive bosses is Sora gets the first one, and Riku gets the second one, and kind of vice versa. So Riku gets the second Brawler Mari, while Sora gets the second Queen Buzzerfly. I'm much happier fighting this fight than Queen Buzzerfly 2 though. Right. So this first phase is basically exactly the same as the one you did with Sora. It's just a little bit quicker because he doesn't do as many moves. He'll do one move here and then he'll go straight back into yeah, he'll do this jab move and then he'll go straight back into the phase where I can hit him. Cool. And then he spins around and then there is oh god, I did the wrong move there. And then he'll go and then he'll spin around and there's pimples on his back that you can hit now. So you know, he has like a face back there as well. It's really weird. There he is. He's got 3 eyes back there and a mouth. This thing just unsettles me, honestly. Right, so in this phase there is a 2 cycle that you can do on this guy, but it's completely based on how whether the game will let you get a cheeky hit in on one of the spots or not. I never usually get it, but if you get it, it saves about 40 seconds. It's really nice. I didn't get it. You need a cheeky last hit there. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to move to the left to get it on that one because you can't do it. It's really weird. It's really specific. You can't get it all on 2 of them. You have to spread the damage between 3 of them, and then the game will let you get away with it. But it didn't let me move in that way. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sit here for another cycle. But it doesn't really matter at all. This is standard.
Yeah, you would never really expect to get that in a marathon.
Yeah, I don't expect to get it in a run in general.
Yeah.
I've never gotten it, so you know.
Yeah, it's really hard. Would you say it's the hardest, like, big time save in the run?
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them, yeah. There is like a setup to get it, but it's still kind of dependent on whether the game will let you throw in the extra hit. Because it's only 1 extra hit you need. It's just a cheeky finisher on like one of the other 2 that you don't go near. So, and this is why it saves 40 seconds, because the third phase is really long. He does this, then he'll shoot some stuff at me. Cool. And in this last one, the rocks actually move. So, and if you get hit by the screen blast here, you actually can't hit the pimples. So you know, if you get hit by that, you lose the A rank. It's just flat out. No matter where you get hit in the fight here, you lose the A rank. It's really punishing for that.
Yeah, and again, casually, if you don't figure out that you got to go behind the rocks, then you'll just never ever get the chance to hit the enemy.
Yep.
And so it's just bad.
So that's a 0 Gravago we get from that. We actually use that a little bit later for a boss. We'll do some menu hang. Not that one. 0 Gravago. High jump. I'm going to edit Sora's deck now. 0 gravity. I'm going to put on the elixir. What am I doing? Change that to high jump. Cool. So one of the other reason for going to Symphony of Sorcery earlier with Riku is to get counterpoint. Counterpoint is like a magic set of 14, which at this point in the game is ridiculously high. And we use that to kill this tiger, lion, whatever he's called. There we go. Just to ensure we hit level 14 by the end of this world. I'm actually going to sell some stuff here that I don't need. What am I doing? There we go. Sell that dark barrier because I don't need it. Sell both of them. Sell that. Sell them. Sell that. That should be fine actually. Collision magnet. I'll buy a Cura here. And then I'll buy a slow. And those are the commands I need for the rest of the game. There are chests for a couple of them, but you know, we just don't bother with them. We just buy them instead. Because it's faster to buy them than to switch to the chest animation.
Yeah, especially big chests have a really slow animation.
Well, commands are only in big chests in this game.
Yeah.
And they all have a slow animation. Right, cool. So I'm going to basically a fight where we have to find all the Beagle Boys. There's 3 of them. They're always in the same locations. You just got to do a slight puzzle to get them out. It's kind of like a game of hide and seek. So this one here is hiding up on a little ledge. So you got to blow up this rock and then do that, and then play a cutscene where he'll drop down. So the floor here also increases your drop gauge, but it doesn't really matter because this is the last bit we're doing with Riku for a while. So I drop after this world anyway. Yep, so I switched to my other Dream Eater there because I no longer need Sudoneku as Riku. I'm going to be using both my magic lapins now. Cool. So now I'm level 11 now. You gain so much EXP from Beagle Boys, it's unreal. Yeah, they give, like, these for some reason count as regular enemies, otherwise Riku's EXP route would not work.
Yeah, and you can also use the 0 Gravizer to pick them up, which is really nice, even though they're kind of like special enemies.
There's one behind these clothes. Slightly move back here. He gets caught, and then I can just start spamming some balloons on him. I'd just miss anyway, but whatever. Right, so from this point, there we go. I was literally about to mention some spirit rolls. So my Dream Eaters can grant me a thing known as a Spirit Roll, which basically doubles my magic output and my physical output. So basically, I do all the damage. There we go. And I hit level 14 at the end to that fight as well. That was the best luck. I was about to mention Spirit Roll, and they just gave it to me. Yeah. So basically, from this point on, I'm basically going to be relying on my Dream Eaters for a slight boost in damage. We can speed up fights by quite a bit. So this is Holy Moly. Oh, that's a good location. Actually, he's probably going to... Yep, I knew he was going to move. That's a decent location as well. So if I get Spirit Roll here, this fight could be over really fast as well.
Yeah, so it's just totally random if we get a Spirit Roll. I think text appears somewhere that says Spirit Roll.
Basically, Dream Eaters will have a little green marker above their ear because they'll be using the move on you. I was actually trying to go for a 1 cycle there because he was not moving. If I got a Spirit Roll there, I would have 1 cycled him, but then I wouldn't have been able to pick up that Dream Candy there. Dream Candies are useful because they restore half of the link gauge with the Dream Eaters, which makes sure they don't die. Right. So I'm basically hoping that my Dream Eaters don't get smacked around too much here because Dream Eaters kind of have a similar thing to happiness in Pokemon, where if they take too much damage, they basically lose happiness, and if they hit 0, they can have an effect on them called Silence, and what Silence does is it stops them from casting things. That was a really weird movement there, so I'm going to go there, and that now stuns the boss, and 2 more Bloomers and he'll be dead. So if you do get a 1 cycle on this guy, which can happen, you save like 30 or 40, but you lose the Dream Candy, so you can lose that time later if the Dream Eaters decide to not be as offensive and gain back the link gauge on their own. So it's kind of an off and on.
Yeah.
If you can get it, go for it and pray.
Yeah, it's another strategy that is really hard to get on one cycle there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not actually that great as well if you miss the item.
Cool, so now we've done that, we can drop to Sora now. Oh, and I got Overcast.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I don't know why I grabbed the drop accelerator. That's a waste of time. Whatever. Right, so now I'm going to switch to a different Keyblade to Sora. Switch to Knockout Punch. Knockout Punch has higher strength but the same magic stat as my previous Keyblade. I need it because basically this entire world is we use Comet to kill lots of things real fast. So after this dive, the first boss fight is basically Comet and then finish off the fight.
And despite the fact that Comet is clearly a spell, like it is in Final Fantasy, it's based on strength.
Yeah. Because there's also Ragnarok in this game, and that's based off your strength as well. Like all the team up attacks are based on your strength, which is really, really weird. Because if it was based on your magic, we wouldn't have to change Keyblades, and they would be a lot more useful throughout the run. Getting hit here is actually pretty standard. Usually get hit twice or once. Oh, I actually made it through.
Nice.
Right, there's some more enemies that spawn here. There we go. I was waiting for the ones at the bottom to spawn because if you use the Mega Flare too early, then you don't get all the kills, and they just kind of hit you, and it's really annoying. Swords there, that's fine. There's a couple more things I'm going to pick up in this one. There's that ring, and then there's two big stars I'm going to pick up. You don't exactly need them, but they're en route, so you may as well grab them. And that was an A rank there. That was really easy to A rank.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to use Comet, and then I'll put the elixir on Sora because I can throw it and it restores the link gauge instantaneously. Now I'm just going to spam some balloons.
And the link gauge needs to be full for us to be able to do Comet. So.
Yeah. There you go. Now it's kind of a bad fight at the end because the birds kind of like went absolutely ham. But it's fine. Cool. So now the next bit here is we're going to be protecting the princess from a giant T-Rex. Because, you know.
As you do.
As you do. Good old Disney films. Oh, wait, no. So Mickey here is like, yo, do you want to protect the princess? He's like, hell yeah, I want to protect the princess. This is not yet, and sure am, boy.
It's like, well, I'm not sure how I feel, you know.
Yeah, not yet, dude. I don't do it yet. So here's the T-Rex. There's a Tyrannosaurus, and I'm just gonna like go ham on him.
Yeah. So this is one of the fights where Balloon is actually just absolutely ridiculous. Because you know, if you're doing a normal playthrough where you're probably kind of doing strength and a lot of basic attacks, you can only properly attack him when he's close. So you're supposed to, like, you know, kind of
block the fireballs, and he comes at you, then you hit him a bunch, and then the car gets damaged like to hell. But with Balloon right now, you just kind of stand there and use it, and he's like, "Oh God, get away from me!"
Yeah, like you probably saw the damage gauge in the top left of the carriage, and it's like, "Oh yeah, no, it did no damage," like because we just killed it instantly.
Yeah. And if the fireballs hit if you block or hit the fireballs back, not hit, just if they hit you or you block them, they do no damage to the character. I put the same thing on again. Now I shove the dream candies on and to use them in a bit. So these grant me the use of 2 more comets, which are very, very useful for the rest of this the rest of this world. So there's one here, and there's one a bit later on in the world. But I might not need it if the dream eaters give me good RNG and start attacking and stuff. So cool. Spawn these guys. The Chef Kairos always live here. They're really annoying. Oh, they have a combo move that they can do on you that stun you for that long. It's pretty good. They like hit you off in the air and they like go ham on you. It's pretty good.
Seems legit.
Yeah, dude. They have like the air combos from Marvel 3. It's pretty good. Right, so in this bit, the Bugle Boys are going to be throwing barrels down at you. Normally you're meant to like flow motion up this tower and stuff, but you can kind of just like stay at the side and super glide up the stairs. When I go to about here, I'm gonna go up here, and then I beat the Beagle Boy up the stairs. Yeah, up the stairs before him.
Man.
Right, so now hopefully I get a Spirit Roll here because this can end this fight instantly. So I'm basically trying to make sure all these guys get the damage spread. Oh, that guy's got no damage on him. It's fine. Oh, there's a Spirit Roar, you godly thing. There you go.
Yeah, so the text, like the blue bar, the blue box of Spirit Roar appears like where Sora's face is in the bottom right. Yeah,
you can also tell when it's happening because the magic Lapin's ear will spin and there'll be a green icon on it. And it can do one of 3 moves from there. It'll be Curaga, Drain, or Spirit Roar. But 9 times out of 10, it's if like your HP's high, it's Spirit Roar. Drain only occurs if like your HP's really, really low. Sure, not the Tamarind. Right, so there's another group of enemies that I kill here. So this is what we do in place of doing the portals. We just kill a bunch of enemies in this world of Sora. So Overcast here is very, very helpful because we kill a lot of enemies here.
Yeah, does Overcast stack with Spirit Roar?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so we get both of those.
Yeah, we get both of those. It's real strong. The Dream Eaters weren't good enough. Well, Pseudo Neku was, so they can actually build the link gauge up on like their own accord. There's actually sometimes at this point where they filled up fully themselves, so you know, it's real nice. Oh god, that's the wrong enemy. Thanks, Dinosaur Boy. Whatever. Right, so I'm gonna have to use my Dream Candies here, which is perfectly fine. I'm gonna use one here. Then I'm gonna use one right before going into the next bit. Right, so the next fight here is actually with a bunch of Zolophants, they're called in this game, but they're just big elephants. This fight here used to be really, really long and really annoying because you have to do movement around the whole room, you flow motion off of everything, it's really dumb. But you can just comment and the entire fight ends instantaneously. So, you know, real nice. And the screen stays white, doesn't even get a chance for the information to disappear.
Like, oh, you're supposed to kill... Oh, right.
Yeah, it tells you to use the boosters on the floor to, get around and stuff. So now I'm going to use 2 more Dream Candies. Put slow on for the boss. No, I know. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Pseudo Neku. I need you in a second. I nearly screwed my boy over there. Right, doing a quick roll there, slightly faster than trying to super glide because of the animation of jumping. This kicks me out here, and then I get to go to the opera. Walk forward to the horses, go to the opera.
Yeah, so those cutscenes we just skipped was where we saved Mickey from drowning. He's literally
really dark.
It's chained to the floor and the water is slowly rising.
Yeah, because it's like based on the tide coming in, so. That's really dark.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up here. There's a group of enemies that spawn up here. And this should level me up. There we go. Now I'm level 13 with Sora, which is my last level with him. So now we get to go ham on all the enemies. And because I've got Overcast, this fight should be a little bit easier to deal with. So basically, you fight the Beagle Boys again, and then you fight Pete. Which is really nice. Basically, I'm trying to kill these 3 guys at around the same time.
Nice, we got Spirit Roar.
I'm just going to use that so then they stop getting in the way. I'm going to go here. My guard there to stop my commands from being eaten. There we go. It wouldn't accept my thing there. So now when you use a reality, sometimes things despawn. So yep, so these guys should just fall over instantaneously. They're spamming Spirit Roar on me. There we go. There's one more, and then Pete will jump down. Hopefully they give me another Spirit Roar in a second because they're going ham right now. Nice.
Yeah, just guarded the cannon.
It's a bomb he throws.
Oh,
there you go. Right, so the main reason why I equip slow is because slow makes Pete a little bit easier to deal with. Pete has a desperation move that he can just fly into. So hopefully I get another Spirit Roar here. Come on, Dream Eaters, be nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't really expect a boss to be vulnerable to slow, but yeah, you can.
It's fine. He can. This is his desperation move. He can just fly into it over and over and over again. There's nothing you can really do about it. Oh, this is where they spam Spirit Roar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, my Dreamy is getting bodied. Poor Dreamy is. You know, it runs out right there. Because if you don't have any support action commands, Spirit Roar runs out within like 6 or so seconds. It's really, really not a long time, but it's enough for you to get out like 3 ballooners.
Yeah, we got one there. That doesn't make a huge difference, but...
He'll fall over. And then up. And that's the end of the Pete fight. 1 DM isn't like too bad. That loses like 20-ish. 20 to 30. So, you know, that's perfectly fine. I can accept a 1 DM Pete. It's when he starts, because he can DM at any point whenever he wants. But he can run in. I've had a fight where I ran into it like 5 times, which is real fun.
You see how long it took for it to finish, and it's just like, oh god.
It's just like, please just let me kill you.
Yeah.
That's all I want you to do. Yeah. But slow can sometimes stop him from going into it, because if you stun him, if you hit his, I think it might be related to a flinch count or something. But if you hit him enough times before he goes into his desperation move, before he gets the other end and jumps, you can knock him out of it. So slow helps you do that sometimes.
Cool.
Or he goes underground and then jumps up the top like he did last time we saw the fight.
Oh god, yeah.
Right, so let's score some points now. I'm going to try and avoid these because you can attack them and it's real annoying. Just going to collect the big ones, and then I'm going to collect this one for some more points. I'm going to go around this cycle here, and then get hit like an idiot, but whatever. I just accept the fact I'm bad at dives today. Usually I don't get hit too much, but I'm just being bad today.
As long as we get the A ranks.
It doesn't even matter at all.
Yeah.
Got a lot of points there actually. So these flowers here, you can't hit them. They just bonk you away. So there's actually tons of points in this one, but the route I'm taking gets you the exact A rank amount without having to lose too much time. So going down here and collecting this big one in the middle basically gets you the exact A rank. Not the exact, but basically gets you past the point requirement for it. Cool, so I'm going to change my Keyblade and change my deck here. So I'm going to put on the collision magnet that I brought earlier. And the Zero Gravigo that I got. All for 1, because that's 12 on the magic. Zero Gravigo, slow for collision magnet. And then put another balloon on. Still cureless, because, you know, who needs cure?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we don't need cure. The Dream Eaters will probably heal each other at some point. That's what they tend to do. Like, as soon as we get into a fight, they'll be like, oh, we'll just heal each other, because we're both going to die.
Okay, so now we're into the music world, but this time with Sora, so we're in the sky.
Yep, and I get to fail reality shifts all over again.
Yeah.
Just to really annoy everyone.
Yeah, the game can keep telling you that you're bad.
Yeah. Cool. A bit more flow motion because it's easier just to grind those rails than it is to go up there. You actually meant to flow motion here, but you can just super glide through the entire thing. It's a little bit faster because the animation, because the speed of super glide is a little bit better than the speed of flow motion there. Right, so the ones you see here are sometimes consistent. Sometimes you see the same ones, but there's like a pool of them that you can go, you can go through. So sometimes you see the same ones, sometimes you don't. Camera, please, thank you. God damn. Right, the door's right here. Now we go into the forest. So this has wind that takes you up and big, scary lightning globs. We just avoid the globs, honestly. I have died to one of them before because I just flew too high because I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, I'd like no health and I died and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, that's the thing. I was like, I bet, we're good. Cool, so this opens the bit down there where you're meant to take the little air booster down there and it flow motions you up. But if you have super glide, you can kind of just not do it right at all, or whatever.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. Well, they haven't healed each other, so I'm actually going to drop and get the save point just so they actually healed up for the boss. But I don't want to have to worry about trying to pick them up from the ground.
I just want to go kill this man, just like you.
Yeah, I know, right? Usually they heal each other, but you know, today they're being like risky as hell. So this rains here until you use a reality shift, and then the rain goes away. Yeah, so you use your reality shift there. Fireworks play, and then the clouds go. Oh, sorry, and then they just disappear. And enemies that sat there spamming commands on you while you can't get hit. Oh, and reality shifts that do damage are actually based on your strength stat, which is another thing which is kind of weird. That's a weird. I haven't seen that one in ages.
Yeah, I was like, what's this one?
I haven't seen that one in ages.
But you nailed it. So
I was not ready for it. I was like, oh crap, square. It's usually the one which leads around the front bit again. Cool. So, same thing with Sora. We pick up the magical paper, which wakes up Mickey. Because we're basically, the point of going into the magic book world is we're going in here to save Mickey from his sleeping spell. Or a version of Mickey. You run into like 3 versions of Mickey in this game.
Yeah. Because we're like not really in the real world. We're in like a dream world.
Yeah, we're in the sleeping world.
Yeah,
is the game's term.
Don't worry about the story. Don't worry. It's fine.
Game, it's really bad because in the story we're doing the Mark of Mastery exam, and this is what Yensid makes us do. While Ericus just makes the BBS guys hit some orbs.
Yeah,
they hit some orbs, and then in this one's like, no. You have to go save the universe again.
Yeah,
Alright, so this is Spelican. We have to do this chase sequence bit. Kind of annoying. He can throw rocks at you, or he shoots purple orbs at you. The purple orbs are really annoying to avoid the... I got past them because I'm close enough. The rocks are... Yeah, that's fine. I got hit deliberately there because it's a bit better than trying to... I'm going to have to go forward a bit more. Oh, Sora.
Oh my god.
This is... I hate this bit so much. It's fine. If I just dash past him.
Nice.
You can do that, or you can dash past him. I tried to catch him a little bit earlier there, but it's fine. Right, so I'd go towards him, and then Zero Gravago works on him. Hopefully I get a Spirit Roar, then this fight goes abysmally well. Hello, Spirit Roar.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to throw him with Collision Magnet.
So this fight is why we pick up Collision Magnet, right?
Yep, because it hits him out of Teleport, which is real nice. This is kind of going badly right now, but it's fine. He's teleported to a good location. And this is what happens if the fight goes awry like halfway through.
Yeah, another boss where it's in a horrible arena and they just teleport and run away a lot. It's just annoying.
So this is going kind of bad right now. This fight can be over in like 20 seconds if all goes well, but you know. Come here. Oh, one of them's silenced as well. That's lovely. You should die now. Oh.
Oh my god.
Please stop. Oh, now he's broom phased to me. Yes, this happens if this fight goes awry. This is his desperation move. You have to kill all the brooms and then he comes back.
Oh my god.
Just die, please. God damn it.
Die. Oh.
Thank you. It's fine. Yay! That boss is so annoying sometimes.
Yeah, that fight does suck.
Yeah, that fight sucks. Actually, is abysmally bad. It's fine. We got another abysmally bad fight coming off as well. Or start off endgame strong in this game.
Yeah.
Endgame starts off real good. Right. So now we're gonna go do the world that never ends. The world ends with the world that never was. That's it.
Yes.
I can't. I wanted to say the world ends with, but that's the wrong game.
Yeah, that is.
The world that never was. There's too many worlds.
Shouts to the world's end with you.
Yeah.
Characters are in Travis Town.
Yeah, they are in Travis Town. Alright, so this is Queen Buzzerfly 2, and this fight is annoying, and I hate it. So, this fight got kind of even worse on 60 FPS. It's real hard to kill the boss in one cycle, but you can do it. So I'm gonna go for the same thing that I did with Riku, just kind of try to kill her in one cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you have to hit her head 3 times, and then you have to hit her back a bunch of times. Just gonna mash and pray. That's fine.
Classic diving strikes.
Classic diving strike being a brilliantly good move.
Yeah.
So you get like a real long time to get this A rank. So you know, you can do this fight in 3 cycles and still get an A rank. So it's fine.
Here we go. Yeah.
Hopefully she doesn't do the dumb attack. She didn't get a chance to do it. That's cool. She can do an attack where like she please.
Oh my god. Like, the game just kind of like has to give it to you if you want to like get a hit in.
It's fine. She has 1 more hit left.
Yeah, she's moving around, but actually not far off a 2 cycle there.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of time here, but it's fine. This is actually the attack that you want. That's like the fast attack. She can give that to you whenever she wants, but you know. Oh, this is the dumb attack where she shoots a bunch of things at you. Now she has 1 hit on her back. Hopefully I'll get this fast. There we go.
Nice.
So I lost probably like 40 seconds there or something, but you can't really control this fight. It just kind of is.
Yeah, and a 1 cycle is super rare.
Yeah. Really hard to get. Right, so now I A ranked all the dives of Sora, which means I get Dive Wing. There we go. And there's my good Keyblade for the end of the game. Right, so now there's some cutscenes, and the game force drops me to Sora to Riku. And to contrast Sora's really, really dumb dive that I've just done, Riku has like one of the easiest dives in the whole game. It's really, really weird. I don't know why I grabbed the drop accelerator there. It's pointless.
Just muscle memorying.
It is. I went to grab the magic game, I didn't see it, and I was like, okay, cool. We're just gonna grab that. You don't need it here at all, as Riku. It's one world of fights.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I said, to contrast Sora's dumb dive, this one's really easy. It's just collect some points. And the amount of points you need for the A rank is exactly 1,300, so you know. The game throws you a bone with this one. Just gotta fly through some rings. This obstacle here kind of moves out the way for you. Just gotta make sure you go around it. There's a big star in the middle here, then there's one up to the left here through that door. Then you got to make sure you're in the middle here so you don't bonk. There's a triangle, a square, and a circle set of here. If you grab these just to make sure. You don't have to grab them to get the A rank, but I do anyway because it doesn't really lose any time. This one here you have to go down the side. And then you can avoid the last one there. Thanks, Jack. And that's all Riku's ones A ranked as well, which I get diving from. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check if I have an overcast present or not. I don't. That's cool. I'm just going to lose some time here then. So I usually check and see if I have an overcast on one of the on one of Riku's boxes there. If I don't, then oh well. If I do, then hell yeah. It just saves a bunch of time in this world to have a bit more damage. But it's fine. You can do it. You can do it just fine without it. You just have to eat a DM from one of the bosses.
The reality shift in this world is kind of cool. It's we have to basically destroy all the chains by hitting like the silver weak points.
It's really hard on PS4 sometimes. It gives you some real dumb patterns, and because you can only like slash straight, unlike on the 3DS when you can slash in all directions, because obviously it used the touchscreen. It was real intuitive, but this one just isn't. Hopefully these things die. I won't have to kill the. Please die. I don't want to have to kill the. There you go. Because the T-Rex thing is real annoying to kill. Because his head is like the hitbox and his body's like the damage dealer. So these things require a certain amount of hits to destroy. So I'll use the ground pound to get rid of all the orbiting orbs, then balloon her into 2 hits, breaks it, so you can reality shift it. So now we drop through and we deal with the laser turret in the middle, which opens up the path forward. I didn't mean to use drift there, but whatever. Right, so now that I've done this bit and I haven't had to drop, I'm gonna do my menus now and change around all my commands and put on the keyblade that I need. Menu, put on Dive Wing for that 15 magic, which is broken as hell. I'm going to change Sora's commands now, so I've only got to change his Keyblade in a second. And I changed the one that the deck resets to whenever you reset the deck. So whenever I reset it, it's always over a ballooner. Also, so I don't have to move around my commands too much, because that's kind of slow. That kind of worked out, even though I messed up my movement. Cool. There's a few more of these that we have to go through now in this world. There's like 3 more, and then we get to go fight some bosses. Oh, that's really annoying when it does that. Oh, I'm going to have to try again.
Yeah, so the important thing to know about this is we've got to destroy 4 chains, but we're only allowed 3 slashes.
Yeah.
So you have to hit at least 2 links.
You have to hit one
slash.
double at least, and I just missed it there.
But then you got it in 1, so...
Yeah, usually when you get 1 pattern, it stays the same. I wasn't expecting the pattern there, and that pattern there is just mash X. You kind of have to react to what patterns the game decides to give you, because it doesn't give you the same ones. There you go. Yeah, that one you have to move up slightly, because they're in a slightly different position while starting. Cool, there's one more orb here, and then we're done with orbs for a bit. And kill the orbs. Whatever. There you go. That's fine.
Nice.
It's fine. I went for the cheeky slash right at the start, and I missed it.
Yeah, but it's okay because
that one's easy because they're 2 doubles that pass each other. Oh, I was hoping to hit the load zone there. Right, so now we move on to some movement, and then Riku has 3 bosses that he fights here. He fights Anti-Blackcoat, then he fights 2 forms of Ansem. Anti-Blackcoat is known in the community as the coin flip fight, or pray and not die, because this fight can just easily decide to kill you if it feels like it. He has a move that basically drains you down to 1 HP, and you have to hit the ground before you can do anything else. But he can basically hit you with any other move that he wants before you hit the ground. So sometimes you just die to this fight 3 times in a row for no real reason, or other times you beat it first try for no real reason. Or sometimes you survive the situation where you get hit by the drain move. Also, pipes are really bad on English. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, these control really weird.
It's because on English it likes to pop you off. That was really good for English there. And try to do this movement without moving the camera. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, now you're going the wrong way. Thanks, Riku. Yeah. Cool. And now go up here. Now this is where we fight some Anti-Blackcoat. So, you know, bless RNG in chat, guys.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get a death. We can do the whole run deathless. That'd be cool.
Because even on beginner, this fight is dangerous as hell. And that was perfectly fine.
Nice.
That's perfectly fine. He didn't even do the move. So the move which is dangerous is he sends a red line along the floor, and it picks you up into the air, and it basically explodes you in HP orbs and puts you down to 1 health. and then you drop down to the floor, and you can't do anything until you hit the floor. And he can basically throw stuff at you, throw projectiles at you, jump at you, and attack you, or do whatever he wants to do to you in that time. But he doesn't always like do that. It's cool. So I do the rad shift here. You don't normally do it on new game because it's pointless. You don't have spirit rolls, but when you have Dream Eaters with you and you have the potential of grabbing a couple of spirit rolls here, it is worth it to smack around some Ansem with Sora. But one of my Dream Eaters somehow got to 0 affinity, so you know, we ain't getting any spirit rolls from that guy. I'm just gonna cure just in case.
Oh, you used Drain though.
Yeah. That might be in the other one. I've got 2. They both got the same moves.
Yeah.
The other one's just smacking him. That was right at the end.
Yeah.
Ooh, perfection, right at the end.
Yeah,
the game's like, here's the bone.
Yeah.
That's fine. So now there's a second fight with Ansem here. I'm more than likely going to have to sit through his desperation move. I can't even talk. Move. There you go. So he's now inside the Guardian, so you know, darkness within darkness.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Darkness Within Darkness. Yeah, so in the cutscene before this fight, his dialogue, he says some silly things, including Darkness Within Darkness, and it's a bit of a meme, for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, feel the darkness, man.
Oh,
spirit roll, though. Oh, yeah.
There's the first pushback. I want to see if this teleports me forward here. But it should stop him from DMing for a little bit. I don't think it is. Where the hell is it going to spawn me? Oh, beautiful.
Seems legit.
Oh, and then he gets stunned right afterwards. Hopefully I get a spirit roll, but I'm probably not going to. I'm going to have to sit through the DM, which is fine.
Have you seen that before? I don't want to...
Probably, but you know.
Yeah, probably seen that before.
If you have Dark Splicer here and he pushes you back, Dark Splicer actually just teleports you straight back to him. This is kind of annoying.
The 8 balls are going to get you, man.
No, I dodged all of them. That's really hard to dodge that DM, actually.
Yeah.
I've just got DM by it so much that I'm used to dodging it now. So if they gave me that spirit roll a little bit earlier, or like another one after he got stunned, then yeah, it would have been a bit better, but it's fine.
Yeah, the fact we lost all the affinity on one of our Dream Eaters is pretty sad.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that happened. I guess he just got beat up that much in
Yeah, I don't remember him getting beat up that much.
It was probably the hands in Country of the Musketeers with Riku. The hands probably smacked it around so much that it was like, nah, dude, I ain't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too mad at you.
Giving you the silent treatment.
Yeah, the silent stuff there. So now the game force drops us to, well, it doesn't force drop us, but if we go to the doorway, it force drops us to Sora, so I'm just going to drop anyway from here. Just so I don't waste any time in movement. And then there's a cutscene that plays instantaneously here, which you just can skip instantly. Then as soon as Sora jumps up, I'm going to change the Keyblade to the good one. There we go. I also like how diving looks as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, Keyblade.
Cool. Sora has about 4 minutes of movement here before he gets to Xemnas. Xemnas. I can't even brain today.
Yeah, yeah.
Big brain too much in puzzle game. Alright, cool. So there's 2 buildings here. These all launch you upwards. It's just a bit faster than flow motioning all the way up. And also because this one flings you and like you're in the air, you can go straight into a super glide. So it's always just round here. In here. There's a cutscene here. Oh, this one here shows you that this thing launches, but this one here I'll flow motion up because it's slightly faster than waiting for the thing to prepare itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. So now some buildings get built, and I'm just going to blow them up with more reality shifts.
It isn't the final world of the Kingdom Hearts game if you don't slice skyscrapers
It's just the Kingdom Hearts cliche is
Yeah.
slice buildings up. Like Sora loves doing it. Riku does as well.
Yeah.
It's like the end of KH2. Yeah, let me just screw some buildings here. Like we don't need them.
Yeah, all the office workers are like, what's going on?
Where's my job?
Yeah, trying to do some Excel.
Yeah. All right, so that's kind of the last reality shift that we'll use as Sora. We don't use any more of them because they're not really worth it with Sora in this bit, especially on the boss. Because if you use it on the boss, he gets super armor, which is real fun. Cool. So glide up some flow motion sections again.
Yeah, again, Super Glide is slightly quicker than riding rails, so that's what we do.
Yeah, because when you get to the end of the rail, the game will like fling you off with a jump, like it will do here. And then I can just kind of get back on here. And you can't go from the flow motion jump into a super glide. So if you could flow motioning up them would probably be a bit better. So this is the last bit as Sora. There's like 3 cutscenes here, and then we get to fight a boss. Oh, actually, press X, please. So he'll throw some buildings at us here. My Dream Eaters will probably get smacked in the face a bunch. That's fine, actually. Oh, sorry about that. So now I'm going to just try and make sure that I have this guy stunned, because this guy can do a lot of damage to me really, really fast. And hopefully I'll get a Spirit Roll really, really fast, or not at all. I just keep this guy stunned. Or he keeps hitting me as well, and that's also really, really nice.
Yeah, Spirit Roll. That's good.
Oh, and they healed me as well, so I didn't need to heal. Ah, got DM'd. There's a chance there that if your ballooners keep on stunning him, you can actually skip this move altogether. It saves quite a lot of time, but you have to keep him stunned the whole time. He's basically programmed to when he gets under 5 bars of health, he'll just fly into this move. So I'm using this to basically stop my Dream Eaters from getting smacked around by buildings. After this building, I'll cancel it, and you'll just watch him they'll just bounce forward. And I'm about to get bodied by a couple of buildings. Smack.
Oh my god.
And I heal them. Otherwise, Xemnas will just kind of kill them in the second bit. So there's a reality shift that Xemnas throws at you here, but you don't need to do it. You just take the building to the face. If you do it, he gets super armor for the rest of the fight, and he just kind of powers through everything that you could do to him. It's kind of better if balloons actually kind of disperse around Xemnas a lot of the time, because then he'll start getting hit from side to side by balloons. Oh, and they're firing him.
Yeah, you
really
want the stagger to like get chained.
Make sure I don't die here, because this fight can kill you real easy. That's really weird. The side ones didn't spawn.
Yeah, that is
and this
strange.
should be the second to last balloon round. There we go.
Yeah,
That
nice.
fight's done.
That was a pretty good fight.
That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Right, so there's 2 more fights now, and they're both with Riku. So Sora basically gets taken away from us now, because in the story he's been captured by Organization 13 to become a Xehanort. Or as I said a couple of years ago when I did this run here at ESA Summer, it was Get Naughted at that point, because the Aqua trailer had just come out. It was Get Naughted.
Yeah, Get Naughted.
Yeah, Get Naughted, bro.
Yeah. Spoiler though, he doesn't actually get naughted.
No, he doesn't. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll save him.
Sora's basically invincible, so
yeah.
it's fine.
Don't worry. He's got plot armor. He's the main character.
Yeah.
Like Riku gets beaten up all the time, but Sora's like, nah, it's easy. Don't worry about it. Like the cutscene in K3 where Donald and Goofy are like, yeah, we have to stop Sora from dying here. Yeah. Alright, so this fight here is Young Master's Xehanort. He's not really mentioned much throughout the game when you skip all the cutscenes, but then like right here he just kind of appears, and he's basically the time-traveled younger version of Xehanort, and he'll just kind of fly around and throw commands at you. Throw attacks at you, rather, and then you just kind of have to keep hitting him over and over and over. Oh, lovely, a spirit roll.
Yeah, spirit roll.
And I'm going to do all the damage to him. Right, so this fight is kind of a dumb gimmick with like time stuff. So he's going to like spawn a clock in the middle, and I need to do reality shift on this thing. If I fail it, I have to redo this part of the fight again. If not, I get to the second bit of the fight where there's another timed bit.
Nice.
I agree. I heard that. Right, so the clock here kind of just sits in the middle. You can throw a couple of balloons at it before you have to kind of run away from it. Now I've got to kind of jump over these guys, because these guys come at you and attack you. The clock kind of has to be killed before the end of its time limit, but you have loads of time to do it, because all your balloon rows do all the damage. And I got a spirit roll. There's one more set of them coming out. I'm going to have to heal. That's fine. Oh, and another one. Yo, this one who can use one, he's going nuts. There you go. That was actually a really, really good fight. Right, so there's one more dive I've got to do, and then there's another fight, and then that'll be it. So yeah, so Riku now has to save good old Sora from his dream world. So the first thing we got to do is we have to tag 30 of our Soras. So we do a dive where we basically just fly through a bunch of Soras, avoiding anti-Soras that are trying to stop us from collecting 30 of these boys. Oh, thank you for missing all of them. That's fine.
Is it RNG where these spawn?
No, they spawn in the same places every time. I just always forget. We don't really have a route for this, because it takes basically the same amount of time anyway, regardless of how many you collect whenever you collect them, because you have to get to the end of the dive.
Ah, right.
So it doesn't matter at all. You're just basically mashing X to get down here anyway. So yeah, the thing's open now. In my PB, I didn't collect the final one until like literally these. There's actually one right at the end here. Yeah, one of those guys. Yeah. That was my 30th one.
Nice.
Because I was just playing awfully. I missed all of them. And I was like, oh crap, I need all of them.
I assume you have to do it again if you don't get
Yes,
30.
you do. You go back to the top of the room and you got to start over. Right, so this is a fight with Armored Ventus Nightmare. It's officially called, but it's basically just a Ventus in his armor, and he just kind of goes ham at you. If you get a spirit roll here, you do all the damage, because otherwise he's got magical resistances. Oh god. Please don't kill me. So in this bit here, he has super armor, and he just absolutely like goes ham on you. I'm basically just going to play it safe now because I don't have any chances to do anything. He loses magical resistance when he's in this white room though, so you can do some damage to him if he feels like letting you. Oh my god! Oh well, doesn't matter. I didn't see him going ham there. Rip Deathless, but it's fine. So whenever you die in this game and click retry, you have to wait for all your commands to recharge. So, you know, I'm just going to have to wait around for a minute here. And he did the other white room anyway. So in this white room, you can't hurt him. He's just a bunch of orbs that fly around. This is actually the preferential one to get in most cases. But it's fine, don't worry about it. This is going to be like a 209 now, with how this fight is going to go today. Sometimes you like first try this fight, then other times you can't do it at all.
Yeah, like when you first start this boss fight, you think, oh, he only has 5 HP bars. This is like going to be mega easy, but he's crazy aggressive and does such high damage.
Yeah, especially here. And he has no stagger in this bit most of the time. Oh yeah, so Dream Eaters are going ham on him. It'd be useful if you gave me a Spirit Roar instead of going ham on him. Please stop, honestly. Alright, he should be... We should be square free now. Should be. He should stop his white room in a second there. Cool. He usually does like a few cycles of attacks and then he stops the white room. Cool, now he goes to the middle, so time is coming up soon. So he sits here for a few seconds here, then just kind of mash X on him. Get a nice Dragon Ball Z moment for the end of the game. And time. 2:09 with a minute and a half loss of Spelican, a death, and bad Queen Butterfly, and no overcast for Enderworld, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. I think. Yeah.
It's fairly good. So, yeah, shout out to the other Dream Drop Distance runners and the old race crew. Let me skip through some cutscenes here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so shout out to the rest of the Cage community. If you want to learn this game, hit us up in the Discord. You can get to it from speedrun.com. Yeah, I have to go. Go away. Apart from that, I'm pretty much done. So, you want to move on from us?